It's not like these things that we say about Israel is false. I mean, look at the Iraq War. That's the reason why we went to war, because of bad intelligence by who? The Jews. Yeah. I just don't like all the influence like the Israel government has over. That's a foreign nation. They shouldn't have any influence over us. Yeah, and it's been that way for years, and that's all. That's the only thing we're speaking out against. I mean, you cannot be American first if there's other countries that has that much of an influence, an impact on your government. Yeah, that's what I'm totally against. They have so much impact over our government that if you don't support Israel, if you don't get AIPAC funding, you can't. It's very difficult to get elected in this country. Yeah, that's a huge
almost impossible. Which is, by the way, the new Democrat mayor, right? In what's his name, Mamdani?
Zohan or something. I forget his name. It's
Zoran Mamdani.
It's Soleimani. Soleimani.
His name's something like Abdul de Baghdad. I don't know. Osama bin Laden's nephew is now going to be the probable mayor. You know, a lot of people though. A lot of people on the right are saying that, you know, a bunch of young Gen Z people voted for him because he wasn't backed by AIPAC. And he's the only one who stood on stage. You see that? Where all the mayors, that's crazy. All the mayors were asked what trip they would take right after being elected mayor. And every single one of them said Israel. Even one guy said he would go for his 4th time to Israel. And Imam Dani was the only one who said he would stay in New York. And they're saying a lot of young people voted for him because they hate Israel. I don't know if you think that's true.
Yeah, I think majority of this country is against Israel. We know Democrats are totally against them. Well, their voter base is anyway. And you can see this rift between fake MAGA and real MAGA, supposedly, that it's not real strong support from the Republican side either. Yeah. And I think Trump wasn't really aware of that. I'm sure he's seeing what's going on with his constituency. There's a total rift between Republican voters right now. We finna find out how much influence Israel has over our elections, because if he's not taking money from AIPAC, Soleimani, whoever his damn name is, Eric Adams is he's probably gonna get a huge donation to Eric Adams.
Yeah, well, dude, you saw what happened to Brandon Herrera, right, down in Texas. He was about to win, and then they primaried him from his own party, and they ended up what, giving a few $1 million, exactly $6 million, they said, to the cent. You know, not a dollar more, not a dollar less, to make sure he didn't win. And no one understands that AIPAC. The reason why they're so powerful is because they fund both sides. When everyone says the uniparty, the uniparty means that AIPAC ensures that anyone who runs will be pro-war. They don't care if you're pro-abortion or anti-abortion. They don't give a shit if Roe v. Wade gets overturned. What they care about is that when they want to drop bombs on Tehran, that the bombs are dropped. Do you think Trump's controlled by AIPAC? Do you think he's controlled by this kind of money?
Oh, most definitely. Oh, you damn right. I think that whole thing that's going on in Iran, him bombing, I think that's a political favor he did for Netanyahu, because Bibi Netanyahu got him elected. Yeah, how much money did Trump get for this past election? It was over $100 million.
250, somewhere over $250 million. I know that he got private donations.
Yeah, Bibi Netanyahu wants some payback. I gave you $200 million. Yeah.
But I mean, and by the way, it's probably more than that too, because you know, people also talk about the fact that, like, what about all the money that went to his cabinet, right? Their administration. So it's like, if you combine like Cruz and Rubio and the rest of the Republicans, they can donate even more money. So we could be talking about like billion plus dollars put into the pockets of Republicans and guarantee that they're able to run. And this is what I want to hear from you. Look, Crowder's my old colleague at Blaze. I've been on his show many times. We've never worn a dress together, but dresses have been worn. It's okay.
That son of a bitch made me wear blackface. They was putting the blackface on me, right? I was like, dude, is the lipstick necessary? Yeah, they put red lipstick on. I said, you're doing a little too much. I'm starting to feel uncomfortable.
You know what? And the worst part was, it was because you guys were naked, and that didn't even make you uncomfortable. But it's like, you know, the blackface situation. No, but so Crowder gets a lot of shit. I feel like Crowder has made him a lot of enemies. I feel really bad about his ex-wife situation. That sucks when your personal life gets put on blast. I've had that happen before too.
Yeah, I hated to hear about that.
Yeah. It's super gay. I'm not in support of it, but I do feel like they do shill, like they're still like stuck in this old school conservative mindset, and they haven't evolved to really see what's going on. And I don't know, is it Gerald? Is it Stephen? Because I like them all, but it seems like they still have this like pro-Israel old school mindset.
Well, they're big time Christians. They are Christians. They are evangelicals, and I think that's their Achilles heel, because being Christian, you're taught. I mean, it's in Genesis that the Jews are God's chosen people, and I think that may be what has a lot to do with it. Because I've been around him for years, and he's a very objective and intelligent guy. Everybody he employs there is that. I think that's like Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz said it himself. I think they're coming from that angle on it. They which when you hear someone say that, they're so disingenuous, because that happened over 3,500 years ago. Definitely, it's in the Bible. It's in Genesis, but he wasn't talking about modern Israel. And people take that out of context, and it's just so disingenuous when anybody says that they're God's chosen people. It's just like, intellectually, you're just dishonest, because that's just a lazy argument. Oh, we God's chosen people. No, you're not. He never picked any group of people to be his chosen people. And besides, since all that went down in the Bible, they don't even follow Christianity. It's more like a pagan made up religion.
Yeah, their country.
It's like they don't even recognize Jesus as their God. It's just all bullshit.
They have the Kabbalah. I have a Kabbalah training center near me, and they think they can levitate and stuff, which is like, actually, it's kind of true. Some people say the B-2 bombers are actually not controlled by air fuel. They're actually controlled by rabbis who all get together and they keep them floating in the sky. But I wouldn't
believe it.
It's like, I believe it too, but I think
Yahoo's got a little remote control of this shit.
It's like, you don't think, it's like, they're like, Netanyahu doesn't control Trump. It's like, but he does control our B-2 bombers. He's just making them fly all over the place.
Yeah, do you remember that meme Trump posted? It's going to turn the Gaza Strip into like
with the transgenders dancing and stuff like that.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was serious. That was tone deaf like a motherfucker. And he had this Trump hotel. It was like because he had all these kids walking around that was homeless, bombed out of homes, and then he turned into this oasis. Didn't he have like a Trump hotel there?
Yeah, they had a Trump hotel.
And cross-dressing Arabs with like boob jobs.
Yeah, but that's a Jewish thing. They're really into that.
Yeah, there's like what, six to 10 genders? There's like six or the whole gender theory comes from the Talmud. Like it's there.
And he's sitting there in lawn chairs with Baby Net, whatever the hell his name is. Now, I thought that when I saw that, it actually pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because I think what's going on in that area is a genocide. It's ethnic cleansing. And for him to post that, I was like, why would you post that?
And when you look at the satellite photos, it looked like something out of a movie. It looked apocalyptic. And if that meme he came out of Trump hotels and this paradise, I was like, I don't think he was joking, because when you really look at it, Gaza Strip and West Bank, that's some of the most beautiful real estate in the world, and it's holy. And I think
he wants a Trump hotel.
He wants a Trump hotel, and Netanyahu want all those people gone. Because when he said he was going to take all the Palestinians, and move them somewhere else and give them their own land, I think he's serious as a heart attack.
Yeah, they destroyed Rafah. They destroyed Rafah. If you look at this, it's actually, I saw this girl. I want to hit on this here. I know you guys. This is the video right here. This girl posted that Iran hit a hospital in Beersheba or something like that near Tel Aviv.
Oh yeah.
She goes, isn't that a war crime? And I go, yeah. Israel destroyed 36 hospitals in Gaza, including Christian hospitals. It's like everyone's like watching Israel get bombed. And here's what I thought was crazy. Nobody cared besides our politicians that Israel was being bombed. Like everyone's like, well, I mean, you guys, this is what happens when you spend years killing civilians and you tell us that it's funny and it's good and you make jokes like this. I think that the people's patience for Israel, even the civilians, has run thin, and people are like, hey, you're on your own. We don't really care what happens to you.
Yeah. Right. I could care less about Israel. It has nothing to do with, like, we didn't, like a lot of the people that's in MAGA, they're like, no more funding new wars. Take all the funding away from Ukraine. But then you say, take all the funding away from Israel, no more new wars. And then, you're anti-Semitic. It's like,
yeah, you're not MAGA.
Hypocrites.
Yeah, you're not MAGA.
Yeah.